Yo, what's poppin', guys? You got your brain Andre here. Welcome to another video. So, as always, this is going to be another installation of my concept games. This is going to be concept games for my Saha Dragon and ChronoGenesis for rotation format. So, I believe I have like 3 or 4 games. I'll go ahead and show you guys. These games are all pretty interesting, especially the Sports game, as well as these 2 Portalcraft games. Well, maybe not the Portalcraft games in particular, but I guess also the Dragon game. Anyway, so I'll go ahead and start off with Shadow, then I'll go to Force, and then I'll end at Dragon. Let's go ahead and start. So I don't remember all of what happened in the Shadow game. What I do remember though is that a lot of people have been telling me that they've been having like a lot of issues with Shadow. To be honest, like right now we're kind of in like a triangle format where there are like 3 tier 1 decks, well 3 like guaranteed tier 1 decks, and so it's a lot better if you go ahead and you if you like have like if you have one that you're having difficulties with, to go ahead and play the counter to that. So in this case, if you're having problems with like mid-range Shadow, I would go ahead and I would probably play Burn Rune, just because like mid-Shadow has basically no healing, so you can go ahead and just burn them out. But if you do feel like playing Dragon, then here you go. Another thing is that like if you are on the Dragon side, like you can go ahead and you can also like win with PDK as well, just because like they have no like real good answers to PDK. If you can like manage to bait out, if you can manage to either bait out or dodge the zombie parties, as well as the Soul Squashers, but like a lot of people are cutting Soul Squash right now, which helps. So I'll go and play out Summoner here. Picks me up alot Dragon Sword. Alright. So to be honest with you, I mean completely honest, I don't know. I mean it might be because I've been like playing for a few hours now, but to be honest, when I saw the Cerberus, in my mind, because of the way she looks, and because I wasn't looking at the Coco Mimi, I was just kind of like I got distracted in her eyes. Anyway, I thought it was Dark General, which is why I kept the hand that I did. Well, it's part of why I kept the hand that I did. As part of why I make some of the plays that I make initially. So I'll go ahead and play out alot Dragon Sword. I don't care if it dies in particular, but I do need to be able to stop them from playing Skull Ring, because like a lot of times, like how you lose is they play Skull Ring, you for some reason don't answer it, and then they just Catacombs, and then you just have like a difficult time. Yeah, so he plays that zombie party here. Like if I was PDK, like I would have been glad to have seen that. He also like basically passed his turn to do so. Yep, he plays a Skull Ring here, so this is nice. He does evolve the skeleton. I'm like, oh, okay. So there might have been a lot of merit in me playing up the Dragoon Scyther there, just because this way I would have like something to do for this turn. But instead, I go ahead and I play out Fervor. I have the Fervor here just because like this is kind of like lineup like set myself up into. Here he plays like Catacombs for 3. This is gonna be a very, very difficult board to deal with, especially because he also evolves the second skeleton. So I'm like, oh, okay, there's a lot of damage. On the bright side though, he's giving me a lot of evos, which is very, very difficult for mid-Shadow to do, just because like this is a matchup where you really shouldn't be evoing, because like it's going to be a long game. So I'll go ahead and play out the Sybil here. I'll also go ahead and evolve the Sybil. Initially I didn't want to evolve the Sybil, however I have to evolve the Sybil if I want to go ahead and facilitate a clear of any sort. I didn't want to go Breath of Salamander here, just because like I didn't want to give him a free pass to play whatever he wanted this turn. Like I want him to give me that last league, or I want him to give me a zombie party. Either way is fine for me. Yep. But here, because I didn't play the Salamander, alright, so this is a very, very interesting thing that I find that happens a lot of times. Like people feel as though like if you get to the 6 or 7 mana Dragon and you don't play a Salamander, in their mind that means you do not have the Salamander whatsoever. So they'll just like kind of like commit into the board, because I guess like Salamander reads some mythical text. It's like, oh, if you're at 6 or 7 mana, you have to play this card. That's not true. Like me playing the Breath of Salamander there on that board would have been like awful. But here I can play it out here because now he gave me even more cards to deal with. Like he gave me a Lurching Course for free. Like that's great. Like he also doesn't have like a Skull Ring to like revive it or anything like that. And there's so many different cards in the graveyard now that there's a strong chance he might not be able to revive it. But here he plays a Skeleton Prince. I'm like, oh god, there's so much. Oh my god. So I have to Baja here. I don't have a choice. I have to do that. Like, and now I'm just praying that, okay, well hopefully he doesn't have Aisha, and hopefully I don't take any more damage that I'm going to take right now, because it's gonna be bad. But here he plays a second Skull Ring. I'm like, okay, did you lose here? He then plays like Catacombs and then board blocks himself. To be honest with you, you never board like, right. So to be honest with you, the correct play, and like 100% the correct play here, was for him to go ahead and actually trade in the skeleton into this Baja. The reason why is because like you do not want to board lock yourself with Catacombs. You do not, because like if you're not in a spot where you're going to win, like for example, if the dragon player still has resources, you are going to lose that game if the dragon player plays out the turn correctly. Because I have Zeus, I can go ahead and just play Zeus, hit him in the face with the Zeus. I'm not going to trade into a skeleton because I'm not going to make his job easier for him. I'm also setting up lethal at the same time while I'm doing this, and that's very, very important. Now, the reason why I use Zeus as opposed to Ozzy the Hawk is because like I need him to not be able to like somehow like surprise cheese kill me. Like I need for that to be a thing that like doesn't happen. But granted, with no more soul conversion, that means that like it's gonna be impossible for him to unboard block himself without giving me that last evo. Now again, if you wanted to get like the guaranteed sort of thing, you could go ahead and you can use the you can play up Ozzy the Hawk, but I don't want to die to anything surprising or stupid or silly or nope, none of that. Not for me. No, thank you. The other thing that's important right now is that like if he wants to unboard lock himself, he has to go ahead and he has to actually trade in a skeleton or the Catacombs, evo the skeleton that just traded, then trade again, and then he can finally play a creature. But if he can't do that, that means he just loses. And I'm hoping that he triggers all of his things all at once, so this way I can just kill him with that. But he doesn't. That's fine, because it doesn't matter, because I just have lethal on board. Ozzy the Haka. Yeah. GG scrub. So the big thing again was that like my opponent board locked himself. And he also like didn't have an answer to the Baja, so he just had to like leave it in play. So there are a lot of different ways he could have lost this game, but yeah, like, you know, sometimes lucky. Okay. For the next game, this game is gonna be versus Force. So versus Force, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Like even though Force isn't in the established like big three, is definitely a close contender next to that of like sword variants. The reason being is that is that right now like the most popular version of Force is either Control Force or it's Elephant Force. There is some, you know, Aggro Force out there too. However, in the case of both Elephant Force as well as Control Force, these two are actually different. They're actually different things. Actually, is that like both of them are running Lily. Crystale Lily actually destroys Dragon, like because like what happens is that like if you get forced to play up, if you get forced to like maybe say play out a Bahamut or something like that, they go ahead and Crystale Lily it, then they go ahead and bounce it or something like that, and then it basically just means that, oh well, we nullified your Bahamut. You still can't play another creature in order to punish us for having done that unless that creature has Storm. And we can just, you know, take the game at our own pace and just kill you with whatever our win con is later when you finally run out of things to do. So I'll go ahead and I kept the Singer here because like the Singer draws me cards. Like you're not as reliant on finding Oracle as you were in the past, like because like you do definitely have like things you've been doing in the interim, and then of course Singer also helps you dig to the Oracle if you don't have it initially. Like I generally find that like right now like I'm winning a lot of games where like I only get like 1 ramp or 2 ramp or something like that, and that's like perfectly fine. So I'll go ahead and play out Summoner here. The Summoner picks up another Summoner, but right now, like, I really want you to, like, look at, like, all the stuff I have in my hand. Like, right now, I have a lot of gas in my hand, a lot of different things I'm gonna be doing. The best part is that, like, I have some late game, but not like a lot. And I find that, like, this is like a thing that sometimes happens with dragons, that you sometimes get, like, clogged with, like, say, triple 10 drop and then, like, 2 9 drops or something like that. You just, like, feel awful. But that's why we have Singer. Like, Singer and Summoner, they help you dig out of these sort of ruts. Here, he plays Magical Fairy Lilac. Lilac is another card that kind of, like, just, like, bodies Dragon, because, like, what happens is you can't actually pop the Lilac until you have some form of like creatures on board, but like it's Dragon almost never has creatures Dragon almost never has like small like weenie throwaway creatures in play that early, unless of course, you know, you're in a situation like this where I got to like play out said weenie creatures. So next turn I can go ahead and kill off the Lilac, unless he chooses to use up an Airbound Barrage in order to stop me from doing that. If he does, I'm going to be in a bad spot, but if he doesn't, I can still win. Here, he plays out Wheeled Philosopher to go ahead and buff his guy. He'll go ahead and trade. To be honest with you, he should not have traded there, because now he just invites me to do whatever I want to him now. So I'll go ahead and play out Summoner here. I go ahead and I play out Summoner because you always want to dig first. Yep, I pick up Iolus, I get rewarded. I can go ahead and actually Evo into the Lilac, clear it off, and go face for 1. It is very, very important that I keep going face, because like the only heal that his deck has is maybe say Israfil and maybe say what did I and maybe say Aaron, but like if I can kind of like, you know, push him down a little bit more, it means that I have like less work that I need to do. A very, very important thing is just, you know, being able to figure out these opportunities for when you can go ahead and get the chip damage and just, you know, get into the chip damage. I'll go and actually I'll play out Sybil. I'll also go ahead and Blazing Breath the Wheel of Philosopher, and I'll go ahead and go face again for 1. I'll go ahead and use up my Evo here. I don't mind using up the Evo because, as you know, I have an Elder Torch in my hand. He doesn't know that I have an he doesn't know that I have an Elder Torch, so that's like concealed information. That's actually very, very relevant right now. I'm still pushing the chip damage. If he has the best possible card for him to have would be to have Cassiopeia here. If he has Cassiopeia, like that's like it puts me in a little bit of an awkward spot. But instead he plays out Venus because like he needs to get his Harvest Festival into play while he still can in order to start drawing cards. However, this was a mistake for my opponent. He should not have done this because now it invites in my Zernitra. Granted, the other play also invites in my Zernitra, except this one's a more devastating one because like if I Zernitra you now, you are unlikely to be able to clear this board. So I'll go ahead and I'll evolve. Get my 2 dragons. I'll go ahead and actually suicide the Zernitra. Like the Zernitra, like she's not really as needed outside of her effect in like pure like Ram Dragon, whereas you can still like use her to some good effect in PDK. But I'll go ahead and make my trades, and yep, I'm in a good spot. Like the nice thing is that right now, again, he doesn't know that I have Evos, so you might be thinking that I'm like out of Evos. One thing that is worth mentioning though is that I did actually misplay slightly. To be honest with you, if I wasn't so like enamored with the face damage, I would have like made sure to keep both the health lanes at 4 HP. By keeping them at 4 HP, you keep them out of range of Airbound Barrage. But if he wants to Airbound Barrage this board, that's fine. I don't care. Like it's only a punish if he has Cassiopeia into like Airbound. But even then, I'm still just like chilling. Here, he goes and plays Airbound. I'm like, okay, that's unfortunate. So now I'm just kind of hoping that he doesn't have Venus. If he has Venus, I could be in a bad spot because, you know, I did use up my Evos. The opportunity cost of being able to play out Elder Torch is that you will need, you know, 4 mana to play it, and sometimes that's kind of hard to fit in. But here, he actually evolves the Crystallia Lily to trade into the Healthling Dragon. I'm like, oh, okay. If you want to give me that, that's fine. I will gladly take that. Because, like, again, Crystallia Lily is the card that I was most afraid of. But now, what I'll go ahead and do here, a lot of times you would go ahead and most people would actually go ahead and play out the Israel here. That's actually a mistake. The reason why it's a mistake is because, like, even though he just showed me a Crystallia Lily, in my mind, he should know that, oh, Crystallia Lily is how you win this matchup, so he probably has a second Crystallia Lily in hand. If I get Crystallia Lily, that puts me into an awkward spot, because like, I still need to, you know, actually play out the Tortoise in order to get my walls back if I want to go ahead and play out anything else. So what I'll go ahead and do here is actually going to play out Elder Tortoise to regain the Evo, and I'll go ahead and play out the Sybil as well. By playing these two, I prevent him from being able to clear me with Cassiopeia. If he wants to clear with Cassiopeia, I believe he'll need. No. He actually can't. Well, he can get. Alright, so he can clear if he has the Cassiopeia and he also has Sylvan Justice. But if he has that, that's fine because he can't bounce it, and that means I can blow it up. But here he plays like Venus into Harvest Festival, and then plays another fairy. I guess he really needed to draw cards. But unfortunately for him, because he's out of Evos, because I baited him and I have the extra Evo point. So in reality, I had 4 Evos to his 2. I'm now able to go ahead and go for Singer into Saha Ishapol. I'll go ahead and nuke his board. Again, you could play up the Ishapol if you wanted to, but I don't want to do that just because like I don't want to give him a good Crystallia Lily target, and I also want to go ahead and put a lot of pressure on him. So by doing this, I now have 4 creatures in the play. All of his board clears can't clear this, and he's in a dangerous spot. He's basically just like lost pretty much. Like he has to have exactly Crystallia Air in here in order to have a chance, and even then, I believe I can kill him through the Air, I think. But yeah, the big thing about that game was just, you know, the Zernitra just came through. Like it just put in so much work. It just exhausted all of his resources that had like left to play around. It also gave me a free space to go ahead and just, you know, play for tempo, put 2 creatures into play, which again versus that deck is very powerful if you have a lot of like high base HP. Yeah. So the last game is gonna be this game versus Dragoncraft. So this game, it's a bit of a weirder game. I definitely like. I'm only really more so using this as an example of what happens if your opponent leaves Zern in play. Alright, so it's a game in the mirror. I'm going first. Going first or going second, it's like whatever in this matchup. Like, it just usually comes down to like how well do you play. Right now, for the most part, a lot of the like non-Japanese players don't play that well. So, alright. Sorry at the bat, I just want you to know something. Sorry. Wrong thing. What am I looking? There we go. We see that he drew 2 cards. We have to question exactly what it was they decided to keep. I'm gonna assume that he probably kept an Oracle, or he maybe kept the Isle of Dragon Sword. Either or is like fine. I don't really care. I have the Fervor in my hands. So this is great. I pick up Elder Tortoise. Elder Tortoise is not as good right now because I want to find it later in the game. He plays out Blazing Breath here, and I was like, okay. I definitely expected him to play out the Oracle here, but he doesn't do it. I passed this turn. He passes his turn as well, so I have to question exactly what it was he kept. And now, in my mind, I'm thinking he kept the Isle of Dragon Sword and he wants to evolve it here. But instead, he plays the Oracle and then passes again. I'm like, oh, okay. So what I'll do here is that in order to avoid overdrawing, I don't really want to do this, but like I have to go ahead and play up the symbol here because again, I don't want to overdraw. I also didn't want to play up the Elder Tortoise either because like part of the reason why I play Elder Tortoise is specifically for this matchup, so it helps. Here he plays an about strike and passes again, but that's a mistake. Well, it's not a mistake that he played the about strike because obviously like we know he's saying it's like bad, but it's a mistake because in the context of what I'm about to do to him now. Right now I'm gonna go ahead and play out Zernitra, and I'll go ahead and evolve the Zernitra. So now I have like, you know, my 10-11 worth of stats, and this is a very, very difficult board for him to clear. The only way he can actually clear this board, I mean like full clear this board, is if he has the exact combination of, is if he has exactly conflagration. If he doesn't have conflagration, he cannot full clear this board. And if he doesn't full clear, he's in a bad spot. Like he's not a great spot. Instead, what he tries to do, he actually tries to Desperation Fervor into this board. That's a mistake, friend. You're gonna get punished. Because this now means he's gonna eat up to 12 damage here, and that's a lot. So I'll actually go ahead and alright, so a lot of people they might just like evolve and then slam down the Aussie Hawk, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that because like I know he has a Bahamut in hand, so I want to put myself in a spot where even if he Bahamuts me, I can still win through the Bahamut. Whereas now, like if I go ahead and I evolve this Aussie Haka, and if I evolve this Hellflame Dragon and I hit him in the face, yeah, I can do a total of 6, 10, 12, 18 damage. But where's the last 2 sources of 2 damage coming from? Because like, if I don't have the damage immediately, that means I give him a chance to heal. If he heals, this all-in gambit is going to cost me the game. So I want to put myself again in a spot where I can actually beat it out. So here I pick up second Aussie Haka. So picking up the second Aussie Haka is insane. So what I'll actually go ahead and do here is I'll actually go ahead and set up lethal. And I'll actually go ahead and actually play up the Elder Tortoise. By playing up the Elder Tortoise, I get another evolve point. I'll go ahead and evolve my Hellflame Dragon. I make sure to do this because if I do it this way, he can't actually just like Grimnir me and ward up. He has to actually suicide into the Grimnir or otherwise risk dying, and that's great for me. Okay, so I'll go ahead and play it out. I'll go ahead and use the evolve. Again, the evolve is very, very nice because like it gives me another proc on my Aussie Haka, so now it's at 9 mana. So even if he has some combination of say like Bahamut plus like ward or some silly shit like that with like a queen combo or something like that, he'll still die. He'll still die to all of that. So, yep, he slams on the Bahamut here, but that's not good enough because tech choices matter. Tech choices matter, my friends. I go ahead and I evolve the Aussie Haka, and boom, that's lethal. Like, and the crazy thing about that game is that like, look at how much damage I did to him in that one turn. Like I just hit him in the face for like 12. Like that was a lot. 12 and I have 5 creatures in play. Like, and this just goes to show you that like Zern is pretty ridiculous. Like Zern helps you clear a lot of boards that you wouldn't be able to clear earlier, and that's very, very nice. Like especially because like I said, it plays mind games with people because like some people they'll actually go ahead and try to like not commit or whatever, and they'll just like keep like a small follower in play. And if you do that, and I play Zern, you're probably gonna lose that game because if you can't clear it, you just eat a boatload of damage. I get all the chip damage I need, and suddenly the Zeus and the Aussie Haka become a lot more terrifying. But yeah, like deck's great. Again, like I said earlier, like definitely go ahead and play it if you haven't. Alright, so if you enjoyed the video, go and leave a like, go and hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Let me know what you think about Saha Dragon down in the comments below, or just about Dragon in general actually in the current meta game. What do you like to play? What do you dislike seeing, and so on and so forth. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch